What up, what up, what up? It's your girl PJ Dakota. We are here on the Say What show. Today's show consists of, I believe I'm saying his name right, KwazzieMusic. I'll find out. Right now, he's waiting on me here in Zoom. You guys can't see that part of it, but he's here in Zoom, and we're about to bring him on in. So let me start it because it's basically 7 o'clock. Let's get it started. How is everybody doing today? I know who that one person is, but thank you for tuning in. We are connecting. We are connecting. I believe this guy is out of um England, I
This
believe.
meeting is being recorded.
Yay! This is in start. No, I've already started. I don't know what's going on. Oh, it is. It is. It has started early. I have started early. It is okay. All right, y'all. So while we wait, I thought it was my clock here says 7, but this says we still got 3 more minutes. So I would patiently wait. I thought the thing was telling me that Kwazzie was in here, but it was telling me I got 3 more minutes. So I got 3 more minutes to mess around, talk with you guys. All right, y'all. So yeah, hold on. Let me let him know he can come in. Yeah. So everybody, we had a great show yesterday for the Music for Mask event. This was take 2. I didn't have as many artists as I did the first time, but that's okay. It actually time wise, I actually needed the amount of people that I had because I had it was about 7 of us, and that with 2 songs each. I think one of them maybe only did one. It came out to about an hour long, even after I did some editing. So meant to know if I want more, have everybody only do one song. So, but it was cool. It still worked out. So thank you for the individuals that did um, come out and show support. One of the people that was going to participate told me he was participating in the Blackout Wednesday or Tuesday, excuse me, Blackout Wednesday event, and it was black, was boycotting Facebook, and that's why he missed my show. I was so mad at him. I really wanted him on that show, but it's all right. It's all right. I get him on something else. So I just hate this camera on this doggone uh um on this particular hold on, let me see. Because I think if I turn the light out, it's gonna make it even worse. Let's see. I don't know. What y'all think? I don't know if it helped it. I'm gonna leave that light out, But yeah, and the only reason why is because this computer does not do well with Zoom. This one does, but the camera sucks. So I need to have my dad's laptop. That's what we're gonna do next time. Use my dad's laptop, and bam. All right. Well, I'm just waiting on him. So I don't know. There he is. I think this is him. All right, you guys, let's get this show started. Admit. Hello. Hello.
How's it going?
I'm going fine. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Great.
Not
great,
bad,
great.
not bad.
Good. Well, thank you for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem. Now, am I saying the name of the company right? Kwazzie?
Kwazzie.
Kwazzie. Okay, KwazzieMusic. Yeah. Okay, KwazzieMusic. Okay, then so I did have some questions I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me get to them. Okay, so my first question is, how long have you been producing?
Producing, I've only been doing for about 6 years, but before that, I wanted to be an artist, and I pursued that for a while. But I had certain health problems that really kind of got in the way of that. So I decided to kind of shift it over. But you know, I was in studios and doing all that before I was kind of producing as well. But yeah, just producing for about 6 years now.
Okay, so tell my audience who you are, your name, where you from, you know, the whole, you know, how you get into this whole thing.
My name is Michael Aaron Kwaznicki. Most people call me some nickname based on my last name. Everyone but my family, immediate family, Kwazzie, Quasimodo, Kwaz, all the stuff.
Exactly.
I'm from Vancouver, so up in Canada.
Okay.
In, BC.
Okay.
I get in music. I don't know. I experienced some kind of messed up stuff real early on in life when I was a little kid, and you know, I bought music back then. You know, Tupac, all that kind of stuff.
For sure.
You know, meaningful kind of, you know, heartfelt stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, I kind of resonated with that, and I wanted to do that, but I didn't know how. So I just basically copy what everyone was doing. I got literally write out, you know, if I like the song like Change This Tupac, I'd literally write out the lyrics myself, and I'd look at them and be like, okay, you know, what I like about this, how does he get it to, you know, do this? So I kind of fell in love with it that way.
Okay then.
Yeah, and more from like a technical aspect. Do you know what I mean? Like I respected that. I've never been the kind of guy to kind of look at someone and just be like, oh, you know, God. Well, not God, but you know what I mean? In something like that, I go, wow, he's amazing. You know, but he's amazing because this and this and this and this and this.
Right.
You know what I mean? It wasn't just, oh my God, that's the guy. Everything is great. Everything is great.
Right.
I always wanted to know. I just kind of think like that. So I got into it like that, and
then we got did I lose him? Hold on, you still talking and it's frozen.
Sorry, cutting out?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, there you go.
I got terrible connection.
It's
it says
okay.
Internet connection is unstable.
No problem. We'll get through this. So did you? So basically, you're self-taught, or did you go to school?
I did go to school for later on, but
Hold on.
Schools aren't really like that. Like I took intro everything. So I learned a little bit about, you know, businesses, contracts, you know, publicity campaigns, marketing campaigns. And then I took an engineering course, and then but I didn't really learn that kind of production stuff. I learned how to think like that a little bit. In there for sure, but yeah.
Okay. Cool. Have you had any major placements since you've been, you know, producing these last 6 months? Is that something that you've been pursuing, or did it just land on your lap? What?
Some things sort of landed on my lap. Like I'm definitely I'm at a point now where I know the right kind of people. I have those kind of connections and stuff that I can start pursuing that. And people have definitely expressed interest, so I'm really excited about that. But like, I don't know if you like, I don't really got because I just pursued that so much. I didn't really think this was a mistake I made. I didn't really like set up my own, like I still don't got like a proper kind of desk or anything like that, but I got all this studio equipment, right? So I need to I'm at this point now for the next couple of months where I'm like, okay, you know, I need to get this area set up. So once I start getting into those things, you know, and the work starts picking up, and you know, it becomes, you know, more real, more serious. You know, I'm in a position where I can, you know, focus on that and pursue that. So I'm at that's kind of the point I'm at right now. But in terms of people I've worked with, like I've worked with other producers who are very notable, and I have some, you know, big name credits under their names for sure. But in terms of artists and stuff like that, I'm not really at that point yet. I gotta keep pushing on there, and I gotta keep pushing on the YouTubes and stuff.
Okay. Well, do you have a fan base or even just a client base now? Or you still growing it? Okay.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Okay.
I definitely got people I'm working with and stuff like that, and just nothing really big and noteworthy.
Okay. Right.
There yet.
Okay. Okay. Well, as long as it's a goal that you're going to, because I like your music. It sounds really cool.
Thank you.
How is the music scene over there?
Vancouver is, well, last maybe 10 over the last 10 years, all the kind of big studios have been shutting down. You don't really got those really fancy, you know what I mean? Where you see people standing in the studio and shit like that. And you see all this big, beautiful room. You're like, wow, that looks so nice.
Right.
A lot of those been shutting down. It's it's very big on independent music, but in terms of hip hop and stuff, it's more like an indie rock, or like a lot of singer-songwriters come out of here as well too, like Carly Rae Jepsen, I believe. She came from around this area and stuff like that. But yeah, hip hop's on the West Coast.
Now you said Canada. Is that no? The other one was Toronto. That's what Drake. Where's Drake?
Yeah, Drake's over in Toronto, so that is the other coast.
Okay, got you. Okay, then. Cool.
Yeah, I have spent a bunch of time back there. I got family back there, so
nice.
I always spend a few months back there. But yeah,
right. You kind of answered this question, but if there's more, you can go into it. If not, then I think you answered it. I was going to ask you, what are your goals as a producer? And I think you said that you wanted to at least expand on the equipment. But is there anything else?
Oh yeah, definitely. No, I'm very like that. I'm very like, okay, this is where I want to end up at the end, and these are the kind of points and avenues I can take to get there. This is the milestone and then I wanted to get into, thankfully been able to make some connections that will help me do this.
Okay.
I want to get into definitely working with some artists and stuff like that. Like I really love to find somebody that you see like YG and DJ Mustard, who their styles click. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I had a lot of people just like, oh wow, you do some trippy stuff, or you do some cool stuff, and I'm like, yeah, thank you, but I never really found someone yet that really kind of connects
with
just
with
the sound. Where most of the time when I work with someone, I'm like, okay, what are you about? How do I cater myself?
How you cater that exactly?
Yeah, instead of just coming together and you're like, yo, that's that's dope. That's what it is. I like that. I feel that. And you're like, yeah, that's a great feeling to have when you get that.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, you get there. I'm pretty sure. So what style of music do you do? Because you're saying that area is more of a rock. So,
well, I do. Like I've tried to work with some songwriters and stuff in the past. Nothing really big. Nothing really came out of it. I don't like doing just hip hop.
Yeah.
That ain't, I feel there's other ways to express yourself in music and stuff like that. And I think that's beautiful too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Blues, jazz, all that stuff. I think it's cool. You can have the same, kind of message.
Yeah.
But depending on who you're hearing it from or whatever, it can be completely different.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Cool.
Sorry, what was your question? I kind of blanked.
No problem. It was, what's your style of music?
Oh, I do like for me, music is an expression of yourself, right?
Yeah.
And for me, I know a lot of people in hip hop come from impoverished areas and gang life and shit like that.
Yeah.
And you can hear that in the music, you know what I mean? Not just the lyrics, but how
the music,
it's hard. Yeah.
Strings
exactly, right?
and the storytelling beats and whatever.
Yeah. You're like, that's that street sound. You know what I mean? So for me, I had a lot of weird kind of mental health stuff. I've had psychosis or schizophreniform disorder, which is a nasty kind of psychotic disorder. And that has played very big influence, which is where a lot of that kind of
got you right. because that's what your mind be that. I
Some
got
people don't, you know what I mean,
Mhm.
might not hear, and you're like, it doesn't and together, you know, that's cool. Like a lot of those songs, if someone were to try to do it,
Yeah.
because of how, you know, cluttered and stuff it gets,
Yeah.
before clearing it away and really kind of mixing that, a lot of people, you know,
Yeah.
like I've made music like that around people are like, I don't know, you know, I don't know. Like, just trust me. Give it a minute. Give it a minute. You know, let me
Right.
do one or two things. And oh, wow, you know, there it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, but also duality is a popular kind of music. You know,
Okay.
I have usually something in the verse. Maybe it's more timid in the verse, or something more out there, or something like that. And it's big, bombastic in the chorus. I do that a lot. But yeah, I mean. Certainly portraying a lot of mental health stuff.
Okay.
And
Understandable. Yeah. Do you find doing music as a business hard or easy?
As a business,
Or is it still a hobby?
I find
Which one
it.
is it?
Oh no, business. It's business for
Okay.
sure. Just personally with the kind of mental health. I have a lot of problems with dissociation and stuff. So keeping track of things and stuff like
okay.
that is a really difficult area for me.
Okay.
But you know, there's ways around that and stuff, and you know, plotting and scheming and figuring out, you know, what's the next step and stuff, and you know, getting there. You know, I get there. It's just gotta keep pushing and stuff like that. But
Oh yeah.
and that's just tricky.
Mhm.
But honestly, I thought it was hard for a while. You know, years and years when I was really trying to wrap my head around
In the
everything.
beginning,
You
yeah.
gotta do YouTube, you got to do SoundCloud. They're all look different. You know,
Yeah.
YouTube ads pay differently to SoundCloud
Yeah.
ads. You got to know all that stuff. But once you kind of figure out, it seems like there's all this stuff. But once you kind of get it, you're like, yeah, okay, yeah, you know, I kind of see where it's going. You know, how
Yeah.
this kind of works. It's not so scary anymore. You're like,
Right.
okay, you know, I've gotten used to it a bit. So
Oh, okay.
in
Cool.
that sense, it's definitely easier.
Uh-huh.
I've definitely gotten to a point where I'm more comfortable and stuff to make those kind of business decisions.
Oh, great.
So I think
Nice.
that's something that a lot of people starting out, they're just too, you know what I mean, there's too much information. People are like, oh, fuck, I don't know what to do.
Right. Just
I don't know
where
if,
it go.
you know, put
Yeah.
my money onto YouTube ads. I don't know if I
Exactly.
should do an Instagram
Facebook. What?
ad or-
Exactly.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, there's all this stuff. But once you kind of figure it out and learn it for yourself,
Mhm.
I think that's the important thing, is learning it for yourself. I think
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of people, you know what I mean, watch something on YouTube, someone talking about something, and you know, maybe they may not mention, you know, oh, it's a little different if you're like this, or if it's
Yeah.
like this, or something like that. Like,
Right.
you know, with my sound being kind of different a lot of the time, I've found I had to kind of find my own way a lot
Mm-hmm.
too.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. No.
it's yeah.
Yeah. No. You answered very well.
People make money off that shit too.
Yeah, they do.
Right? Like those
Yeah.
videos and stuff, people do that shit for a living.
Yep.
I mean,
Exactly.
it's nuts.
Exactly. What programs do you use to produce?
I use, what do you mean? Like
Pro
like
Tools
DAWs?
or Fruit? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I use Logic
Okay.
right now. I used to use Pro Tools all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I had to upgrade. I don't know if you know about the Pro Tools, and now they charging and shit, right? So
Yep.
I had to upgrade, but I already paid for everything.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a very expensive program to just buy
Yes,
outright
it
again.
is,
So I was
right.
like, okay, well, I gotta do something else for now. But
Yeah.
I'll get back to Pro Tools for
Okay,
sure.
then. Nice.
But yeah, Logic right now for me.
Okay. No, Logic is a very good program. Very good program.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. And hardware wise, what are you using?
You mean like VST or
Yeah.
hardware? Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't use this as much. I'm more at the stage plugins and stuff. But this has come like when I get my desk
your
or
desk,
whatever. I got it.
Okay.
Like it's a special. You know what I mean? So you actually like a proper, you know what I mean, studio desk. So I could put rack units in and stuff like that.
Exactly. No, I know exactly what you're talking about. the dream desk.
Yeah. I'm all about that stuff when I can get there.
Exactly.
I love the hardware,
Yeah.
but I'm not real heavy on the effects hardware wise and stuff like that because I'm not in the kind of bigger high end studios. I don't got that set up just yet. That being said, tracking and stuff like that, just use Focusrite Scarlett. I mean, like honestly, I love the preamps, even if I've heard tons of preamps, but I just love the preamps.
Right.
Beautiful preamps, and they're not, they come with all this stuff. But then I got I guess JBL MK2 speakers, big boys.
Yeah.
The proper studio speakers. I got my what do you call it? Audio Technica? I forget what the model number is, but the big ass, I call her Black Beauty.
Yeah.
The big ass turntable.
Yeah.
But I got some fun things to do, like a couple guitar pedals, which I can send out and you can route out and kind of mix that way. I've always been a fan of that stuff.
That's kind of cool.
Cool
Yeah,
sounds.
Yeah,
right?
People don't know to use that.
And,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So okay, cool. No. Good setup. Everybody think you always got to get the exact same thing or what everybody got. No, you get the equipment that works for you, that you're comfortable with, and it works with your sound. So no, you're good.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, you said you already mentioned who you would like to work with in the industry if you get a chance. What do you feel about where music is today?
You mean like the industry or like music itself?
Just music itself. Like, you turn on the radio. What's the stuff that's on the radio right now?
I like it. I don't like it. I think a lot of people, every generation, I think this is just something people do in general. They look back and they go, oh, wow, back in the day, it used to be so this or that. And that's, great to them. That's what they came up on. So that's what speaks to them. And then music kind of changes. And then they're like, oh, I remember back in the day, it's this and this.
Right.
That's what you used to. So, I mean, a lot of the things I hear people saying like, oh, pop music's this and that. And it's generic. And I mean, you had that all the way back in like the 50s and shit.
Right.
Like that kind of, generic sound and stuff. Like it's not obviously the same sound, but that same, the same complaints.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's been going on, maybe bigger, but I think it's at a point, I'm excited to see what the next 10 years are like, because I think it's at a turning point at this point where definitely seeing majority of people expressing, at least in hip hop, more of an interest in, lyricism and stuff like that. Like that's becoming a resurgence. You've had this kind of stuff come out, and then people are like, okay, we want to see more of this. What I mean? It's more challenged, people's minds, and I think that's going to be super interesting to see what comes out. Because I've heard a lot of in terms of mixing, beat value and stuff like that. I think right now this is tremendous time.
Oh yeah.
You got producers going crazy with some shit, and they can do it. You know what I mean? They can. It's a lot more freedom now.
Oh yeah.
Than it used to be, which is a cool thing. But I'm just kind of waiting to see how that takes shape in the industry.
Oh yeah.
Kind of a trend now. But
what I've learned over the years is they're now starting to give the producers and the engineers and the behind the scene people more credit on those award shows. So it's not just the artists anymore. It's the people that help get them where they got. So we just have to keep, as producers and engineers, we just have to keep doing what we're doing and fine tuning our skill set to be able to get mentioned when those moments come. So just keep doing what you're doing. Sure. Would you sign a production deal with the major?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know a lot about that.
Okay.
I've been thinking about that because that's been presented to me.
Okay.
First started a couple months ago, so I'm legitimate, able to make that happen.
Oh, okay.
I was I was ecstatic. I was like,
for sure.
That's something I definitely want to do. Then I kind of thought about it. I was like, I really don't know, record contracts with artists and stuff. I learned about that. But you guys only took, kind of an intro class, certain things like in terms of business, certain things that are not as from it, like songwriter contracts, production contract. I didn't learn much, so I want to learn more about that.
Yeah.
Because I heard, mixed feelings, right? Some people are like, oh yeah, that my career, took off.
Yeah.
And then other people are like, it killed me. I just had to do all this stuff, and I hated it, and it was awful, and I got awful pay.
Yeah.
So I really want to kind of explore that more. But I think if someone was interested in doing that, and it was based off of the music I was actually creating instead of something, because I think a lot of people sign people for what they think they can be instead of what their sound is.
Yep.
Exactly. Oh, I like that, but I want to add this and this and change this, and the artist or whoever's signing may not, really be with that, and I think that kills a lot of people's, vibe and stuff like that. So if people sign it, and, are interested in the music I kind of make and stuff like that, I'm willing to expand. I'm willing to, always push myself to do more and be better and expand those skill sets and stuff. But if someone's just signing me because they're like, oh, that's trippy. We need a trippy producer or something like that. You know what I mean? That's like, I don't want to get pigeonholed too.
Yes, exactly.
I want to do one thing the rest of my day.
Right, exactly. Well, definitely get you a lawyer if they are serious about signing you or whatever, and make sure it's in your best interest. So good luck with that.
Definitely.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Yeah. If you could give advice to a young upcoming producer, what would you say?
I would emphasize that it is not just about the music. I think that's something people learn way too late in the game. Even nowadays, it's not. You can't just have dope music.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like even if you had the best music in the world and you just want to get plucked up by a major record label or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have those Instagram, Twitter, and SoundCloud, and those platforms and that infrastructure, all the time. If you don't have that infrastructure to build on, then in a lot of labels' minds, you ain't ready for that.
Yeah,
like that's a lot of money they got to put in too. It's an investment in people's trash labels, and I mean, certain things, but you got to remember at the same time too, they got to invest a lot of money. In a career and stuff like that. If you don't have that, that's it's not going to be worth people's while. So you gotta start that stuff up as soon as you can. I waited a long time. I shouldn't have. I regret that. Trying to make up for lost time, but just get it out there. And there's a lot to learn. So I mean, the earlier you start, the more time you have to learn that.
True.
And I mean, you don't have to feel like, oh, shit, I gotta catch up. Right. I'm like that a lot. I'm gonna be honest with you. just as like a default, I'm like, oh man, all these people are doing this. I got to do that now. You know what I mean? You're exposed to so much. So do yourself a favor and start as quick as you can. Even if you just post it every once in a while, that's a start. You can grow from there.
Right.
But you gotta take that step. That's probably the main thing, honestly.
But it's a good point, good main point. And it is, and the thing you talked about as far as the industry, that is what they look for. They look for those numbers. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. They look for them numbers. They want to know that you're putting in the time to get your fan base, because it's about the fan base. They want you to already have the fan base before they sign you. They don't want you to sign you and then
people, that's super important. I think I want to tell everybody that. I wish everybody knew that.
Yes.
It's not just, oh, you got dope music, like in the TV shows. Walking, oh, you got dope music.
Yeah.
Come with me. I'm going to give you millions of dollars, and you're going to be straight, and you're going to be doing all this crazy shit. No, you got to have, they don't want to build everything.
No, they want it done.
They want to take you from a level where you at to that big level.
Yeah.
It's about, it's a stepping stone. It's not like you down here, way down here, and then someone, way up here. It's like, oh yeah, going to come all the way down to this level to check you out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and like Twitter views, YouTube views, they look that, they really look at that stuff. That's how they gauge you
Yeah.
That's part of how they gauge how successful you are. It's not just
Exactly.
about how much you sold. It's like that, because that earns revenue too.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
Exactly.
everything
Yeah, that's
earns
the
revenue.
main thing is that streaming. Yeah. So yeah. So no. Those are my main questions. Anything else you want to tell the people? Maybe you want to tell them all your Instagrams and Twitter things or whatever where they can reach you at.
Yeah. If y'all want to follow me right now, Instagram, I'm really active on. Other ones not as much yet, but Instagram's at KwazzieMusic, KWAZZIE Music, MUSIC. I also got KwazzieMusic.com is my website. If y'all want to go over there, check it out. I got different services as well as selling beats and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, Kwazzie Music on YouTube, you find me.
Right.
It's not too hard.
Right.
But yeah, I just want to say I appreciate you, wanting to interview me and stuff like that. I had a good time.
No problem.
It was
No problem.
great.
Thank you for agreeing to do it. I'm always trying to reach out to producers and songwriters because these young cats today need to understand and learn that process, that it ain't always glitz and glamour, that when they see the big people and they thinking like, that's what I want to do, and we be like, man, we here in the trenches. This is how you do it before you get to that part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the long hours in the studio redoing a beat over, and don't let the computer crash on you. You got to start all over. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
The infamous things that go right. Exactly. So we've all gone through that, and so I've been wanting them to hear from other producers and songwriters as far as their journey to get to where they're trying to get to or where they are. So thank you. And you're in a whole different area. You're in Canada. So it's, man, we got
a bit of different. I'd love to talk more sometime if you're interested. Because Canada's, in terms of like the structure and like what you can do for like Canadian artists, you can actually do quite a bit to like get for grants and stuff like that. That's really good up in Canada.
Really?
You got like even real quick, I don't remember the percentages of this, but in Canada, even if it's like Sirius XM, which isn't doesn't do a radio station in Canada, it's international, right? Because it's
satellite. Yeah.
But if it's playing in Canada, you have to play a certain percentage of what's considered Canadian content. Now, like Drake, I'm sure this is why Drake records all his stuff in Toronto still. I know this is why Celine Dion records all her stuff in Canada. But you have, it's production, writing, and there might be one more other than artists, like who's the actual artist.
Yeah.
But I think it's 25% each. I think I'm forgetting one.
Okay.
So basically, if you have that 50%, if you're a Canadian artist, and the music was written, for example, by a Canadian artist as well, let's say that's 50%, that classifies you as Canadian content. So it's much easier to push your stuff to radios and stuff like that in terms of that, or not necessarily easier to push it to radios.
I know what you meant. I know what you meant.
But
I know exactly what you meant.
It's definitely up there.
Yes. Wow. Makes sense. Yeah. Oh, wow. We definitely got to dive into that type of topic next time if whatever. Yeah. We definitely can do another interview. Come whatever you want to talk about, and we can focus on that. That'd be perfect.
Yeah, I'm super down. I love talking about this stuff. I think it's super important too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I do have a web series that I'm working on right now, and is on these type of topics and marketing, producing, songwriting, being an artist, A&R work, all that type of stuff. And once I get into it, we can definitely bring you in on one of the talk sets, and we actually do a talk, on one of those topics if you're interested.
Yeah, no, I'd be super interested. We should definitely keep in touch.
Yeah. All right, y'all, everybody. This is the Say What Show. I'm here with Kwazzie Music, right?
Yeah.
All right. And thank you, man, for coming on board, man.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right. And you be okay in this quarantine time, okay?
Yeah, you as well.
I sure will. All right. Talk to you later, man.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bam! And there you have it. KwazzieMusic was here on the Say What show, talking about what I thought it was from England. My bad. I think I was looking at somebody else's post. He's from Canada, but even that's great. Done. Do a interview with somebody out of your own area. That's always good. And he just shared some information about the Canada and that whole radio thing. Man, definitely got to get him back on and talk some more about what it is and how it works over there as an artist and as a producer over there in Canada. That's awesome, you guys. I hope you guys learned something from this session. It's your girl, PJ Dakota, on the Say What show. Say what? I'm out of here. See you guys next Tuesday. I will play the music portion of the show tomorrow. I got some things I got to handle for tonight, so I don't really have time to do that portion. But it was always about the interview process. Next week we have, I try to keep track of my interviews. Next week we have Jeremy from Ring Music. He will be on. He is out of Seattle right now. He was originally from Ohio, but he now resides in Seattle. That's my guy. Squad Music. What up? Squad House Music. We definitely will be doing their music portion. They have a whole playlist, and they're doing a bunch of great things. I can't wait to have that conversation with him. So next week is my boy Jeremy from Squad House and Remy Music, and a lot of my logos and things like that he did. That's why I say he's so talented and covers so many different things. Can't wait to do the conversation with him next week. So see you guys next Tuesday. Deuces, this is your girl PJ. We out. Wrong mouse.